Good day, viewers. Welcome to Native Africa, where we manifest Africa's greatness. My name is Oloriegbe, and I have with me
Joyce and Shima.
And today we'll be having another episode of our darling program, Economic Talk. And I have a special guest with me in the studio today. Good day, sir.
Good afternoon, viewers. Special to be here.
Yes, sir. Can we meet you, sir?
My name is Bolaji, Aladié. I'm a media practitioner, a PR consultant, and presently I work as a media aide to the Chairman of the Committee on Health. I'm very representative of our central Dr. Ibrahim. Special to be here this afternoon.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, there is a proposed bill by the House that is restricting lawyers and doctors from traveling out of the country, except they've practiced for 5 years within the country before they can have their full license to practice anywhere outside Nigeria. So, sir, what is your take on this?
Well, the legislative proposal are sponsored by the Honorable representing, which I think we should the federal constituency in the Principal National Assembly, Ibrahim Johnson. It's already in the second reading. As part of the second readings, I think will be recommended to the relevant House committee. Well, it has generated a lot of discussions, and to me, I want to share and align with the sentiment that the proposal should not skip through, based on the fact that it's trying to restrict the rights of the concerned people to move. It's against the freedom of movement and the freedom to practice as expected. Well, the reason why I won't align with the proposal is because it's like putting the cart before the horse. The problem the bill is trying to solve is not well thought out. It's not well thought out. So it's trying to prevent what we call labor migration, which we call brain drain in the health sector. But it's like looking at the problems, trying to solve a problem from the top, leaving behind what is underneath. Because we must look at the reason why people are trying to migrate from the country to another place. If we look at it critically and objectively, we could reduce it to 2 points, 2 reasons. One, for economic reason. The second one is security reason. The security reason in the sense that we know over the last few years now, we've seen how the country has been in terms of security. So people are not having, people are not believing so much in our security. We have security challenges in the country, and one need to look at a place where there is peace of mind, there is peace and tranquility. So for that reason, people are trying to migrate for that reason. Then another reason why people are trying to is economic reason. Economic in the sense that the reason why we go to school is to have something meaningful, tangible to do after graduation, so to get employed, starting in life. So, but if you look critically at the way country is, majority of the youth are not well employed. Some are underemployed. So if you have better opportunities outside there, you love to go. So people are not just living for just any reason, but to make life meaningful themselves, for their family. These people we are talking about, they have family, they have wife, they have children, they have people that are depending on them. So if the country of your birth could not produce and could not present to you opportunity to have a better living, so you have to go elsewhere. So what you say is that they go for greener pasture. So if you want to stop people from going for greener pasture elsewhere, it means that you have to make our own pasture to also be green, if not greener. If you cannot achieve greener, then try to make it green. So it's like saying that you don't want your children, your words, to go to your neighbor's house to watch TV. So if you cannot buy them TV, if you cannot produce TV, then at least get radio, keep them busy with something.
Okay.
If you say that you don't want your children to eat at somebody else's house, even if you just put cooking pot on the fire without putting anything, with the hope that something is coming up from that pot very soon. So it's only then we can stop, we can be proposing of not allowing our people to go out there, but without giving presenting to them better opportunities, alternative opportunity. There is no way we can do that. So that is the reason why the legislature cannot escape through, because the factors which makes people leave the country, we have not been able to solve it. Where are they working? What is the working environment? Are the working conditions available to them? Are we motivating them enough? Are we encouraging them enough? What are the incentives that you have provided? Before we say that you should not go, so you cannot stop people. And what if we say that people should not go, can only travel after 5? What happened after 5 years? The bill has not been able to present that, has not been able to profile objectivities to that. After 5 years, what happened after 5 years? And if you look at it critically, it is not, because the proposal is about, speaking about strictly for the doctors, and not just doctors, but the fresh doctors. So before, if you are talking about doctor, do we mean it's only doctors that are leaving the country? What about other healthcare providers, the nurses, the lab scientists, the consultants? Are they not leaving? And then other fields of endeavors, engineering, IT, finance, economy, are they not leaving the country for greener pastures? So why are we now being objective? Why are we now being strictly about the doctors? It shows that they are what? They are essential workers. So if you now say they are essential workers, it shows that you have to provide them essential motivations, essential incentives, so that they can stay. If you think that they cannot stay, they can't move out before 5 years, then we have to give them reason to stay. So this is why I consider the bill not good enough to propose for the country. It will rather aggravate the problem that it's trying to solve.
Okay. But you know, this bill, the problem of massive migration and brain drain, it has a negative effect on Nigeria as a country. So my question for you now is, what measures can the government take in our healthcare system and in every other system? Because this, we're just addressing the doctor problem now, but this can begin, if this bill is passed now, it can begin to enter other fields, maybe law, maybe other humanities. I think the most prominent industry in Nigeria now, where everybody is included, is like the entertainment industry, where everybody is doing, looking at countries like China. You know, China has a local content policy where they insist that anybody that studies out of China still has to come back and practice in China, and even when they are practicing, they are paid well, they are offered accommodations, and all this work they are doing is patented. So what do you think, what are measures you think our government can take to make sure that people that are studying medicine now, and even other professions, and people that have even gone already, will be able to come back or consider coming back and staying here?
It is as simple as ABC, though it will take time. But you have to start from somewhere, because the journey of 1,000 steps starts with begin with one first step. So the first step is to ensure that we make the working environment enabling to some reasonable extent. The people that you want to stop from traveling out, if their own house is conducive enough, they won't consider. You know, if you look at the people that are out there that travel out, they are doing a lot of works before they can put things together, and they don't have the luxury of time like we have it in Nigeria to enjoy the money that we have. So many people believe that Nigeria is relatively peaceful and luxurious to stay, but because the money that you want to enjoy, you are not able to make it here. That's why they have to travel now. So if we can try to make our country a bit stable economically, in terms of the emoluments, the salaries, and the allowances that we give out to people, the first thing is to provide enabling environment for job creation. The government cannot employ everybody. For instance, now they say that they want to stop people from going out after 5 years. What happens to them after 5 years? How many people can government engage among these doctors? What is the number of our health institutions, be it primary or secondary up to tertiary level? So how many, what's the total numbers of the hospital do we have? How many doctors can we engage? Where is that resources to pay them? And something like they are paying them over there. That is other countries that they are going. So we cannot engage. But if we can provide enabling environments that people can use their innate skills, they can think creatively and provide and create job by themselves. So I think the problem the government will solve, because the truth of the matter is that government cannot engage everybody. So if you now say that you want to stop some people, okay, they have agreed with you. They are saying after 5 years. What happened to them after 5 years? So it's just like a relative and closer example is with John through the NYSC scheme. You bond everybody that immediately after their graduation they cannot start to do anything except they have observed 1 year mandatory service. So you pay them an amount of money. Okay, what happened after the NYSC? Look at the number of youths that are roaming around the street looking for a job that is not there. They would have even preferred to retain that NYSC job, because they know that something is coming. At least they are every month they are expecting 33,000. But this is a country where there is no job anywhere, and there is no any provision by the government at least to cater, even if it's just some incentive that maybe for the next 5 years before you get a job, we will pay you certain amount of money. People, at least for that reason alone, people won't have thoughts of going out of the country. And then we have forgotten certain things, that it is not only it's not everybody that is trained in government schools. We have some people that are trained under private institutions. So if you want to say that you want to compel me not to do certain things, it shows that I'm getting something from you. If you want to say, Bolaji, stay here, it shows that I am it's either you have given me something or you want to give me something. I'm expecting something from you. So now, you don't give me scholarship, you don't give me anything. I know how stress I pass through before I see my certificate, my qualification, and I say that I cannot go out. So what do you want to give to me? Should I be stealing? Should I be engaging in vices? Should I die of hunger? So if these are the things that we firstly need. The survival is the most important thing. The government must firstly ensure that people have reason to survive. If it's only after we survive, we cannot think of any other thing. So people that you cannot engage, and somebody elsewhere is coming in, calling him or her to come. So what do you expect him to do? He will go. So what you need to do is to ensure that our working condition will make it attractive for our people. It is not about the doctor, the medical practitioner alone. Because just as we have the medical practitioner traveling out, we have other professionals in other fields of human endeavor that are also traveling out. So, and when we're traveling out for economic reasons, is as long as human being. People have been doing it, they will continue to do it. It is not something that is just starting now. But if you think it is getting out of hand, then you have to look inward. Where is the problem coming on? You ask sample their opinion, call these people, you have a roundtable discussion with them. Where are you living? If you think that they have left, go and meet them. We have a Ministry of Foreign Affairs, we have the Diaspora Commission. You can liaise with them, you can get the data of Nigerian doctors that are in each country. Sit down, call them to a particular point. Sit down, where did you leave the country? They will tell it is from there that you know the problem. Then, okay, you can now itemize it in order of priority. They say this, they say this, they say that. Okay, how do we solve it? In one after the other. Okay, they say for economy, the salary, maybe the salary is not constant. The people that you consider as essential worker, it shows that you don't have any reason not to pay them. Even if the salary is not as big as expected, you should ensure that it is constant. There should be no reason for you to owe them. There is no any reason. Okay, if you are giving other people 10,000, maybe because you consider them as essential worker, make theirs 15,000-20,000. Let it be constant. Okay, it's constant because the particular thing that distinguishes is that essentiality, that you don't want to lose them. They are as critical to the survival of the country. So if you now say something that you consider as survival, we consider oxygen as a survivor. So we cannot joke with oxygen. You must ensure that you are able to get ventilation. Even if it's artificial oxygen, we must be able to get it because you consider it as, if you consider food as essential, why won't you eat? If you consider water as essential, why won't you take water? The moment you stop taking that water, it shows that you are jeopardizing, you are risking your life. So if you now say that the people, these certain people, they are essential workers, you need their service, then do the thing, give them the thing that will stay. So that's how we can solve it. It's not rocket science. It's very simple.
Okay, so this lawmakers, instead of this bill, they should make policies that promotes the well-being and
well-being of these people.
The
Majority of these people are living for economic reason. If their country is fine, no, definitely we cannot get everything that we want at the same time. We can't get it, but at least to some certain extent, we should be able to
make this thing
to make this. If gradually, if there should be a kind of policy, maybe every 5 years, that it should be reviewed. That for the next 5 years, you are going to pay signing on, you'll be giving this so allowance. You make provision for you for so things. So you have a doctor that you are expecting to come to work for emergency reason. He doesn't have his own personal vehicle. How does he get to work? For emergency reason, you are expecting for night duty, and there is no any provision for maybe staff boss to pick that person up from his house, and you want him to come to work, and somebody of his, he has a colleague that has been able to move to elsewhere, and before you know it, he's doing very well. So what
these people keep wanting to
so there will be desire to move away, because they study, they pass through the same system, the same stress, and now somebody is now paying for another person not doing fine, and you that you are responsible are now saying that you cannot go. So there is no way you can do that.
Okay, Mr. Bolaji, so if you are opportune to give a message out to these doctors now, what would be your word of encouragement to the doctors?
Yes, we must firstly appreciate them for what they are doing. We can't thank them enough. Our prayer is that we don't want to force it, but the moment you force it, there is no way you have to meet them, so you can't run away from them. It's only when you don't force it that you don't need them. So the moment you need them, so they have to be available. So for them to be available, it shows that the government, the people that are responsible for their well-being are doing enough. So if they cannot do enough, you just have to appeal to them. They should consider that the people, the kind of people that will be victim, that is the patient, they are also citizens like them. So it's just a matter of time. So I want to believe that they can continue to lobby the government until they have their demand. So the reasonable Nigeria out there, I'm not saying the people that are supporting the bills or the people that oppose the bills are not reasonable, but let me just say the people that are concerned about the feelings, because if you want to test something on another person, try to feel it from your own end as well. So for an average person that believes that life can be better for him or her, should be expecting life to be better for another person as well. So this, you have to consider yourself, put yourself in the shoes of this doctor. Will you, the sponsor of the bill, if he puts in himself or herself in the shoes of this doctor, will he be able to take it?
When you can.
So it's only when you can take it that you can now say that it should. So do unto other what you can, what wants to be done to you.
So what advantage or what benefits and what effects do you think this bill has on the nation as a whole?
Well, it could have had positive effects only if it can be modified. People have been hearing their opinions, they have been putting recommendations or suggestions towards it. So if they can aggregate all these opinions, they can work towards it and modify it, maybe the bill can scale through. But there is no any positive, because the expectations of that bill is to stop this doctor from moving.
Only doctors.
Only doctors. What about other professionals? So we just wake up one day and won't find any engineer to work for us in the country. We just wake up
for that.
So maybe we can just wake up one day and discover that there is no any bankers in the country again. So then we have to resort to the olden day strategy of putting our money inside the cupboard and our wardrobe, or we did the grants to put it. So because there is no any banker to be responsible for that, we will just wake up one day and we discover that there is no any transporter here. We all need ourselves. We all need that there is nobody that is that is dispensable. So if you say that the doctor are indispensable, what about others? The journalists that are keeping people informed, are you indispensable? So this, we are talking about this particular topic now. If there is no journalists, if there are no people that are going to analyze it, so how people are going to get informed and sensitized about what is happening in the country? The people that, okay, let's just decide, okay, all the marketers says that they are not getting profit. Okay, they are not selling anything again, they are traveling out. So what are we going to legislate again to stop all the marketers? The vegetable seller, the petty trader, they are not saying they can also gather their money. They can gather the money one day and say that they are traveling out of the country because they are not feeling okay. So are we going to legislate that every vegetable seller, every vegetable seller in the market should not travel? So it shows that everyone, there is nobody that is indispensable. No one indispensable. No one, we cannot do, we all need ourselves. So the problem, the bill is trying to solve is that, okay, we want to stop some time people not to go. You cannot do that. You can only look out for where the problems emanated from and make an amendment. So that is, there is no any positive thing that you want to gain, so except that you are going to worsen the problem. Because, okay, let's just assume that these people agree with you. You said that only fresh doctor, at least after 5 years you won't be fresh doctor again. You would have gathered enough experience through the public service. Then you travel out. Then we return to the same cycle. You have to retrain another set of people. So after the 5 years, they also get opportunity, they also go again. Just as we have some people that are, it's not everybody that is going. It's only people that can afford, because even if you want to travel out of the country, you have to gather a lot of resources, put things together before you can go. So believe the people that are going, you just have to work on them. Where are they going? So the moment you can able to solve some part of, if not, you cannot solve every problem in life. But if you can at least gradually take a step to
make it better.
To make it better. So perhaps better.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bolaji.
It was nice having you, Mr. Bolaji. Thank you, sir. And viewers would like to continue, but we have to stop here. And I want to say thank you. If you also have other opinions to drop, you can drop it on our comment section on all our social media pages. Thank you so much. I am Oloriegbe, and I am
the Joy Shima.
Thank you.
For viewing.
Bye.